Good morning, children. Today we are going to start a very beautiful and colorful chapter 7, Diversity in Living Organisms. Diversity means what? Diversity means the variety, the different, and you have got many varieties in living organisms in both plants and animals. This is a tree for the living organism. Before that, I show you the chart. Organisms are divided into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes that means it is undeveloped organism. Nucleus is not developed, that you have done in previous chapter. Eukaryotes which are developed totally, nuclear membrane is developed. The example for prokaryotes is Monera, kingdom Monera. These all are kingdom Monera. Eukaryotes is again divided into two, unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular, you will be having the kingdom Protista. Multicellular without cell wall, that is Animalia. Unicellular Protista is divided into with cell wall and again divided into whether they perform photosynthesis or they do not perform photosynthesis. So, the kingdom which do not perform photosynthesis is fungi, and the kingdom which is able to perform photosynthesis are plantae. Now, in your course, the reduced course, you are not having till plantae. Okay, when I go for textbook, then I'll tell you which chapters or which topics are excluded. In your course, you have to go for only Animalia, from Animalia. Okay, we'll start from introduction, but we will go for directly Animalia. So what we have done in the table, the same thing is there. Eubacteria, unicellular prokaryotic. Archaeobacteria, unicellular prokaryotic. Protista. This we say 5 kingdom, 3 and the kingdom classifications. Okay. Protista, Plantae, Animalia, Fungi. We are going to do only Animalia in this chapter. Kingdom Animalia. In this variety of animals are there vertebrates, invertebrates, protocods. Okay. So let's read from textbook. Diversity in living organism. Have you ever thought of the multitude of life forms that surrounds us? Each organism is different from the other to a lesser or greater extent. For instance, consider yourself and your friend. Are you both of the same height? Does your nose look exactly like your friend's nose? Is your hand span the same as your friend's? However, if we were to compare ourselves and our friends with a monkey, what would we say? Obviously, we and our friends have a lot in common when we compare ourselves with a monkey. But suppose we were to add a cow to the comparison, we would then think that a monkey has a lot more in common with us than with the cow. The above activity, we had to decide which characteristics were more important in forming the desired category. Hence, we were also deciding which characteristics could be ignored. Now, think of all the different forms of which life occurs on earth. On one hand, we have microscopic bacteria of a few micrometer in size, while on other hand, we have blue whale and redwood trees of California of approximate sizes of 30 meters and 100 meters respectively. You can underline this. Some pine trees live for thousands of years while insects like mosquitoes die within a few days. Life also ranges from colorless or even transparent worms to brightly colored birds and flowers. This bewildering variety of life around us has evolved on the earth over millions of years. However, we do not have more than a tiny fraction of this time to try and understand all these living organisms, so we cannot look at them one by one. Instead, we look for similarities among the organisms which will allow us to put them into different classes and then study different classes or groups as a whole. In order to make relevant groups to study the variety of life forms, we need to decide which characteristics decide more fundamental differences among organisms. This would create the main broad groups of organisms. Within these groups, smaller subgroups will be decided by less important characteristics. Now the excluded topics are 7.1. What is the basis of classification? You can cut, okay, you can cancel in your textbook. 7.1. What is the basis of classification is not there. Okay, these are the basis. And or I give you the idea of this. What are the bases? How can we classify अ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म, मतलब पहले हम क्या उसमें देखेंगे तो वो हम उसको क्लासीफाई कर सकते हैं या फिर एक ग्रुप में रख सकते हैं. तो जस्ट आइडिया आई एम गिविंग यू. ओके, सो यू शुड नॉट फील दैट व्हाट इज़ दिस, and because on the basis of that the next things are. So they are telling that the cell is whether eukaryotic or prokaryotic. Whatever living organism you have, first we will see that whether it is eukaryotes or prokaryotes. Okay, highlight I will be giving you. Then whether they are unicellular or multicellular, and whether they do division, because unicellular is that division of labor is not possible. Multicellular only undergoes division of labor. So second thing you have to check that whether the organism is unicellular or multicellular, then we can segregate it. Third, whether they undergo photosynthesis, as you have seen earlier the table. Okay, so according to that it is divided. Whether they go for photosynthesis or not, that means they can prepare their own food or they depend on others. Okay, and animals, if for example now I read the last one. Of the animals, how does the individual's body develop and organize its different parts, and what are the specialized organ found for different function? For example, respiration, digestion, circulation. All these functions are done by what tissues are responsible for the different functions, various functions in animalia, means animalia group. Okay, so but that is excluded. These all are excluded. 7.1, even this one is also excluded. 7.2 भी नहीं है, so उसको भी cut कर दो. Classification and evolution, at least you can read this block. Biodiversity means the diversity of life forms. You can read this block. 7.3 is also not there. Hierarchy of classification groups. Just I give you the idea of the scientists who have contributed in the biology to make the classification effective. Biologists such as Ernst Haeckel 1894, Robert Whittaker, this Carl Weiss 1977 have tried to classify all living organisms into broad categories called kingdoms. तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि वो कहाँ से और किसने किया. ऑल साइंटिस्ट वेर वर्किंग ईयर बाय ईयर एंड दे फाउंड सम क्लासेस. ओके, उसको बोलते हैं किंगडम. द क्लासिफिकेशन विटेकर प्रपोज्ड हैज़ 5 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन. इफ़ यू वांट टू अंडरलाइन, यू कैन अंडरलाइन दिस 5 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन: मोनेरा, प्रोटिस्टा, फंगी, प्लांटेन, एनिमलिया, and is widely used. This is the knowledge for this chapter, so I am going through it. Though it is excluded, but you should have some idea of this topic. These groups are formed on the basis of their cell structure, mode and source of nutrition, that I told, autotrophic or heterotrophic, and body organization. The modification is introduced by dividing the Monera into Archaeobacteria or Archaea and Eubacteria, that plant we have seen in the tree chart. Further classification is done by naming of subgroups at various levels as given in the following scheme: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. If you would have been in the class, I would have been make you learn this in order. But now there is no topic. Okay. Next, now 7.3 is not there, so these all things are not there. Monera, examples are bacteria, then Anabaena, Protista. These things are not there. Example: Paramecium, amoeba, Iglina. Fungi is also not there. Examples, you know, mushroom and all. Plantae is also not there. Animalia is there. Okay, so these are the overall highlight of the classification. So Plantae, full topic is out. Okay. Now Animalia. These include all organisms which are multicellular eukaryotes without cell wall. You know, the main difference between animal cell and plant cell is what? They don't have cell wall. Animal cell don't have cell wall. They are heterotrophs. Again, we will look at the subgroups a little later in section 7.5, जो हमारा section है. Means now they will go for Plantae. Okay, this we have done. Plantae is not there. So 7.4 नहीं है. मतलब आपका कौन कौन सा टॉपिक्स नहीं है? 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4. So directly we are going to do 7.5 and that is Animalia. Highlight for Plantae. Thallophytes. Okay, these are the examples of thallophytes. Okay, they are like algae only. अब प्लांट में कैसे कैटेगरी होती है? जैसे कि उसको रूट है, शूट है, लीव्स है, फ्रूट्स है, फ्लावर्स है. Okay, so slowly this thallophyte nothing is there. No well defined body design नहीं है. Only it looks like an algae. Okay, so examples are this. Next is algae. So algae comes in. Next one is bryophyte. Bryophyte, this is called the amphibian of the plant. The plant body is commonly differentiated to form stem and leaf like structure. खाली उसको क्या आता है? स्टेम और लीव्स, बाकी कुछ नहीं. ठीक है. सो दैट एग्जाम्पल्स आर हियर. फ्यूनेरिया, मर्चेंटिया एंड टेरिडोफाइट्स. ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा एडवांस. इन दिस ग्रुप द प्लांट बॉडी इज डिफ्रेंशिएटेड इनटू रूट, स्टेम एंड लीव्स and has specialized tissue for the conduction. Now pteridophyte is divided again into two. One is angiosperm and one is gymnosperm. Angiosperm में क्या होता है? flowers, fruits नहीं आते, only leaves. Okay, so I tell you the example of angiosperm. This one, cycas. Angiosperms are well defined plants. Okay, सब कुछ उसमें है. It has flowers, roots, stem and leaves are there, but it has flowers and fruits and everything is there. Okay, before that gymnosperms are coming. Gymnosperm, for example, pines, deodar, cycas. Okay, cycas वो आपने देखा होगा हमारे गार्डन में है. ठीक है. So that is an example. This ये ट्री है गार्डन में. ठीक है. उसको leaves है but it doesn't have fruits. Okay, and if you go for gymnosperm, एंजियोस्पर्म्स उसमें कॉटलीडन्स आते हैं. मोनोकॉट, डाइकॉट. ओके, सो ओवरव्यू ऑफ प्लांट आई हैव शोन यू. नाउ वी गो फॉर एनिमल्स. We go for introduction of Animalia. These are organisms which are eukaryotic, multicellular and heterotrophic. Their cells do not have cell walls. Most animals are mobile. Mobile means they can move. They are further classified based on extent and type of the body design differentiation found. Okay, Porifera. Before that I show you picture. Porifera, Cycon. Okay, Cycon and Spongilla. Sponges, these all found in the water, aquatic plants. So let me show you Porifera first, then we shall read. Okay, see, this is a beautiful picture of Porifera kingdom. It looks like plants. So if you might have seen in Discovery and Nat Geo, these are seen down the sea, down the water. Is it? It moves. It is not plant. These are Spongilla, sponges. We say sponges, and they are animals. Okay. See another pictures I show you. This. Okay. They are aquatic, and these are the outlet. Okay. From here they do all the systems of their body. Only in the animal kingdom, this is the group which are not mobile, which do not move. They are stationary. Okay. Porifera. The word porifera means organisms with holes. These are non-motile. Non-motile. Please underline characteristics. Non-motile, which do not move. Animals attached to some solid support. There are holes or pores all over the body. These lead to a canal system that helps in circulating water throughout the body to bring in food and oxygen. वो खाली एक होल में से ही सब कुछ लेते हैं और देते हैं. These animals are covered with hard outside layer or skeleton. The body design involves very minimum differentiation. Differentiation मतलब जैसे हमारा differentiation कैसे head and trunk. ओके सो इसमें डिफ्रेंशिएशन बहुत कम. दीज एनिमल्स आर कवर्ड विथ हार्ड कवरिंग लेयर और स्केलेटन. द बॉडी डिज़ाइन इन्वॉल्व्स वेरी मिनिमम डिफ्रेंशिएशन एंड डिविजन इनटू टिश्यूज. They are commonly called sponges and are mainly found in marine habitats. पानी में रहते हैं. Some examples are this. Okay, in this what you have to remember. In 1 mark question they will be asking example and they will be asking they fall in which category or which group. That you have to remember. So whatever examples are given in your textbook, you have to remember that examples and in which group or classes they fall. That you have to by heart. So it is Euplatella, Cycon and Spongilla. Okay, and the next kingdom I will be taking in next class.